Hello everyone, my name is Chitra Goswami and this video is the summary of lesson number 23 and the name of the lesson is My Facilitator. The objectives of this lesson are the students will find and use action words from sentences about the facilitator and students will participate in a mock interview practicing introducing and asking questions. They are going to start the class with 2 minutes of mindfulness exercise. Now, for the first step, the facilitator should write the following sentences on the board one by one. The sentences are: the facilitator speaks English to me, my facilitator helps me learn, and our facilitator helps us learn. We learn many things from our facilitator. FEA facilitators help us progress, and FEA facilitators help the village progress. And after writing each sentence, you will explain the sentences. Then you are going to read the sentences aloud and ask the class to repeat after you. Then you will call on students to explain the meaning of the sentences, making sure that they understand each sentence. For the second step, you will ask students to find the words in each sentence that refer to an action, that is verbs, and you will underline the action words, that is speak, help, learn, and progress. Now you will ask one student to come to the front and use silent actions to show an action word, and other students should guess which action word is being shown. Third step is interview show activity, and for this, firstly you are going to explain the activity. You will tell the students that you will be doing a fun interview show like on TV, and the facilitator will be the guest, and the students will ask questions and interview them. You will pick two students to come to the front. The first will be the introducer and the second will be the interviewer. Then you will prepare the introducer. Introducer will welcome the audience and introduce the guest, that is the facilitator, and they should use some phrases from lesson number 5 introducing others. You are going to give an example. Then you can give an example like, we are happy to have Mr. Sandeep on our show today. He is an FEA facilitator, 24 years old, and he likes to watch cricket. Then you will prepare the interviewer. The interviewer will act as the TV show host and ask the facilitator questions, and you will give the introducer and interviewer a few minutes to prepare. They can ask for help if needed. Then you will set up the show. You will create a stage at the front of the class with 2 chairs, and you will use a pretend microphone like a water bottle or pens, and you can even play some music to start the show. Then you're going to start the show. The introducer goes first and introduces the guest, that is the facilitator, and then the facilitator and the interviewer come on stage, sit in the chairs, and the interview begins. The interviewer asks questions and the facilitator answers. Then next is the audience participation. The audience has to listen carefully and write down the answers. They need to remember these answers for later. Then you're going to repeat the show. The next part of the lesson is can and can't, and the objectives of this lesson are that students will practice speaking in the context of can and can't, and students will develop essential communication and collaboration skills. For the first step, you are going to give instructions to play the pyramid game, and you will divide the classroom into 2 groups, Group A and Group B. You will request groups to form a pyramid or triangle in the 4-3-2-1 pattern using coins or any other small materials. After both the groups have made pyramid or triangle, you are going to ask the groups to inverse the top and bottom of the pyramid by moving only 3 coins or other materials. You will ensure that both the groups work at the same time, and you will give students a time limit and make it sound like a competition. You will create a pressure situation by reminding them of the time left. You will observe how students interact with each other during the activity and note commands, polite phrases used. You will ask students that what were some of the things that they were asked to do and told by the other students. Then you will classify them on the board as commands, requests, and others. And you are going to use these examples to explain commands, instructions, and requests. You will ask students to share some suggestions of polite words or phrases that they could have used while moving the coins or other materials to form the pyramid. Now for the second step, you will share how can be used in many ways, and you will check students' understanding by asking students to use can in a sentence. Now for the third step, you will ask students to partner with a friend and share their responses to part B with each other, and students don't have to write these. You will ask a few students to share their partner's can and can't in complete sentences like he can or she can. And with the help of some students, you are going to correct the students who seem to have misunderstood the use of can and can't. Then you can model an introduction of your imaginary superhero, and you will ask students to think of an imaginary superhero and his or her abilities or inabilities. You will ask a few students to introduce this superhero to the class, and after each introduction, you will allow members of the audience to ask 2 questions from the students about other abilities of his or her superhero. For example, can he swim, can he fly, etc. Now for the fourth step, you are going to prepare yourself by taking notes of student attention techniques document as done in previous lessons. And lastly, you are going to acknowledge the students for what they did well during the session, and you will conduct the pledge. Thank you so much.